Hi everyone, my name is Carol. I'm a freelance lifestyle journalist who also runs almostdiplomatic.com. It's where I share about my life as a millennial diplomat's wife, the good life without breaking the bank, and currently living in Manila. Welcome to our current home. It's great to be back with another video. I know it's been a while. Today's video is going to be about an upgrade to one of my favorite hairstyling tools, which gives me salon quality blowouts for the events that I attend and even for everyday hairstyles. It's the new Dyson Airwrap. I've waxed poetic before for what the Airwrap has been able to do for me, both on my Instagram and on a video here on my YouTube as well. If you're on the fence on which Dyson hairstyling tool you should get, the supersonic hairdryer, the Airwrap, or the Corral, I have a separate video for that which I will be linking up in the cards. Today's video is going to be a comparison between the older version of the Airwrap and its new and upgraded sister. Is getting a whole new set worth it if you already have the older version of the Airwrap, or if you don't have a hairstyling tool yet and you're in the market for one, is the new Dyson Airwrap for you? We'll be discussing this today, and I hope to be able to help you make a more informed decision when it comes to purchasing your next hairstyling tool and whether the new Dyson Airwrap is actually for you. This after using it for myself for I think over a month and almost every single day. So first, let's have a look at the case. The first generation Airwrap comes in a bigger case with the cover attached to the body, and it closes with a magnetic latch. The new Airwrap's case is slightly smaller with a velvety finish. I just love running my hands through this. The cover also comes off completely. I got my case personalized at the Dyson Mall of Asia branch, and as you can see, my initials are on the case itself, and I think it's a very elegant and chic way to personalize your hairstyling tool. If you're planning on getting the Airwrap as a gift for a loved one, you can also get it gift wrapped at the SM Mall of Asia branch, and they end the whole process with a wax seal, so it looks super chic. The case is smaller only because we are getting fewer attachments this time around. We'll be going through all of them, but first let's take a look at the body of the Airwrap. My older Airwrap is in nickel and fuchsia, and the newer version is in rich copper and nickel. So I love both colors, but I find that the pink one is a lot girlier, whereas the copper and nickel feels more sophisticated and elegant. So love them both, but I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm moving more towards this type of colors. You know what I mean? Size is the same, weight is also the same, but somehow only very slightly, I feel like this has more powerful air. I think the most noticeable difference has to be between these two attachments. We have the pre-styling dryer attachment, which has been replaced by the new Coanda smoothing dryer. I love this one because it did its purpose, but I love this one more because it does two things. We love a multi-purpose attachment. It works twice as hard. You use the new Coanda smoothing dryer to pre-dry your hair before styling it. And I feel that this makes the air flow more concentrated, which makes it feel more powerful. Somehow it dries my hair a little bit faster than the pre-styling dryer attachment, wherein the air actually comes from the middle. I feel like since it's bigger, it's not as concentrated. Another use for the Coanda smoothing dryer is of course to hide your flyaways. We've seen that in the supersonic, they developed this letter C curved looking attachment, which was the flyaway attachment. And what happens is that it pushes down all of your baby hairs and your split ends underneath your longer hair. So it works really, really well. Now you also have that technology with the Airwrap, because I was thinking of purchasing that, but I'm happy that with the Airwrap, I now have it too. So all you have to do is turn and bring the opening towards the end of the attachment. Then here, like this barrel right here, will indicate where the airflow will be coming from. So either you move the attachment going like this for your left side, and for the other side, you just flip it like that and go on the right. I love it. It works really, really well. Of course, you're not going to be able to get rid of all of your baby hairs and flyaways permanently just with this attachment, because what it does is it just pushes them down underneath your longer hair, so it hides them, making your hairstyle look more polished and put together. Next, let's go to the brushes, which I use and abuse whenever I need to straighten my hair. First up, we have the soft smoothing brushes. This one is from the older Airwrap, and this one is from the newer model. When you first look at them, you don't really see that much of a difference. However, this is a little rounder. This is more angular, I feel, and this is a little bit wider, just a tad wider, whereas this is more compact. I also noticed that the older version of the Airwrap has 7 rows of bristles, whereas the new one only has 6. The place where the extra row of bristles used to be has been replaced by an opening for more airflow. This one also has bigger openings compared to the older version of the soft smoothing brush. I tried them both. They both work perfectly fine and do the job really, really well. This one is just doing the job a tad faster. The same goes for the firm smoothing brush. The new one also has less bristles but has more openings. The movement of the bristles, like so, is also a lot more fluid. Next up are the round volumizing brushes, which are arguably my favorite brushes in every Airwrap set. They really do give you much volume, and if you know me personally, then you probably know that volume really is my thing. The bigger the hair, the closer to God. Just kidding. There's really not much difference when you're looking at them side by side. However, I noticed that the openings, like the round holes where the bristles are coming out, are rounder in the older version of the round volumizing brush, whereas the newer one is slightly more like an elongated circle, like an oblong, but ever so slightly. It's not that big of a difference. The bristles look the same, and the older version comes in a matte finish, whereas the newer one, this one is shiny. For some reason, I feel like this gets warmer, but that could just be like me. All in all, I love these two brushes so much. Next up, we have the 1.2-inch curling barrels. This is from the older Airwrap, and this is from the newer one. This one looks longer because I do have the longer set for my newer Airwrap because I'm planning on growing out my hair. This is the normal size, which you can get if you have shorter hair. The main difference, however, is that you have 2 in the previous version, whereas in the new Airwrap, you need just 1. With the older Airwrap, you had to change the barrel every time you needed to change your direction. So this one for this side, following that arrow, and this one going here as you curl away from your face. With the newer Airwrap, it's much easier. You just have to turn the knob for the direction of the airflow that you want. It's that simple. You can also touch this part in between styling because it doesn't get too hot. The same goes for the 1.6-inch curling barrel. This is also included in the set. So are these, but now you only need just 1. If you look at the barrels closely, the openings of the older barrels are slightly slanted, whereas the newer ones are much more straight. I'm no engineer, but I'm pretty sure that also affects the airflow. Same as the 1.2-inch barrel, you can also change the direction here on top. An optional attachment is the wide tooth comb. So if you're someone who has really tight curls and you want to style it or like preserve an afro hairstyle, then that would be the perfect attachment for you. And before I give you my final thoughts, let me just remind you all that every Airwrap, be it the older version or the newer one, comes with a filter cleaner. And this is something that you should be doing regularly. It's so easy. You just pull the cover down and then go inside and brush the filter like so. This makes sure that your machine lasts longer. The good news here is that the newer Dyson Airwrap attachments are going to be available for purchase separately. So if you already have the older version of the Airwrap, then you have the option to just pick and choose which of the newer attachments you'd want to purchase. If this is the option that you think is for you, these are the 2 attachments that I would definitely go for. The 1.2-inch curling barrel, and of course the new Coanda smoothing dryer. If you have a bit more budget, then I'd throw in one of the smoothing brushes and maybe the round volumizing brush too. Having just one curling barrel that changes direction is such a lifesaver when it comes to time. Back then, I used to not really give much thought when it comes to changing the barrels of my Airwrap. It's just a few seconds, right? But it actually adds up, especially if you are curling away from your face and doing each side alternately, which normally you have to do because you're trying to curl everything before your hair fully dries up. And you're doing it layer by layer. So even though the body of the newer Airwrap feels more powerful, I feel like it produces more air, I feel like it's warmer. If your older Airwrap is still working pretty fine, then I would probably hold off on upgrading the body for now. If you're someone who's in the market for a hairstyling tool and you don't own the older Airwrap yet, then my suggestion would be to run. Don't walk to your nearest Dyson store because the upgrades are just chef's kiss. I love them all. And owning an Airwrap can be pretty life-changing because doing your own hair saves you a lot of money in the long run and prevents you from going to the salon way too often. I love going to the salon, don't get me wrong, but of course the bills do add up. So you do get a huge ROI on the machine if you use it all the time. And yes, there is a learning curve when it comes to using some of the attachments, the curling barrels especially. However, you just need to take some time with it. I think I picked it up on my third try within the same day, and then I was, rolling with it. I loved it. So it takes a little bit of practice. I guess with every new technology, it really does matter that you take the time to learn how to use it. Make sure that you curl using the warm heat, but also don't forget to add a cold shot in the end to make sure that the curls last longer. I think a lot of people also skip on the products. I feel that that's also part of the reason why some of the curls don't last long. This style can actually last me up to 3 days without refreshing it, and up to 5 days if I want to refresh the style in between. And of course, I take care of my hair properly. I sleep with a silk cap if it's styled like this. I do have a lot more tips, but I'll save it for another video. And I hope the B-roll of me doing my hair, I think that was from another day, but of course it's the same style, will help you in your hairstyling journey with your Dyson Airwrap. So up until this point, we've been discussing the new Dyson Airwrap, and I hope that I have been able to help you make an informed decision when it comes to whether you should purchase a whole set or if you should just get a few attachments here and there as an owner of the older version of the Airwrap. I have a lot of footage from some recent trips and also stuff relating to diplomatic life that are just waiting to be edited, so I hope that I'll be able to make more YouTube videos for you guys soon. So if you like this type of content, please give it a like and subscribe if you wish to get more content from me. I'm also on Instagram at almostdiplomatic. I hope to see you guys there, and I'll be back here real soon, I promise. Till then, take care everyone and keep it classy. Bye!